recording and taking notes. Wonderful. So to begin the process of training the GPT, the ChatGPT, we start with this area, GPTs.
Mm-hmm.
Brings you to Explore GPTs. This is the menu that everybody sees. But what we want to do is go over here, My GPTs. If you have
Okay.
any issues, or maybe if this doesn't appear on your screen, let me know. But the one that we're going to be spending a lot of time with is the WWRD. If you
Okay.
click this, it brings you to the actual GPTs or ChatGPT. We don't want to do that. We want to come to the edit button right here, the pencil on the right. We never want to use that. So we're going to edit the GPT. And here's the general, no, here is the area to configure. This is how we control the title.
Mm-hmm.
I've updated the date to reflect the changes that were made today and to signify the next wave of changes.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the description, right? And this is where the magic happens. These are all the instructions that ChatGPT is following in order to give us a consistent user experience. We can make this big, so it's a little easier to work with. Right? Questions?
I was checking mine and I don't have access. When I go to my GPTs, I don't have access to those. Mine is blank.
Okay, we'll figure out how to fix that.
Yeah, maybe you can share them.
We'll see. We'll see how we can fix it. Don't let me forget if that hasn't happened, try to do it after the call so it gets done immediately. But generally speaking, as you can see, there's no technical language here. It's all English, regular English. Do this, do that, right? These are the these are the instructions, the general instructions. I wanted ChatGPT to ask, hey, is this for personal lines or for commercial lines when asking for insurance related information?
Mm-hmm.
Let me clarify that. So if it's asking about, I don't know, the cancellation process for auto insurance, right? The cancellation process is different for personal lines versus commercial lines. It's
Yeah.
also different if it's at a wholesaler versus a direct carrier,
Mm-hmm.
So this is where it begins. This way we begin guiding ChatGPT in a very logical way how to access what to retrieve, right? Because if it retrieves information that's for commercial lines and someone is reading it for personal lines and they act on it, that's bad.
Yes.
So we have to be thoughtful in the instructions that we give. We also have to test this thing constantly to make sure that it's behaving like we need it to.
Yep.
All right. Looks like we have a duplication. I'm removing the duplicate. This area is limited in the number of characters that we can put in there. At some point, we're going to hit a ceiling because WWRD is so big. And then we're going to need help to change this entire thing. Right? But
Okay.
right now, it's like I want to build it until we hit that that ceiling, and then we got to see how we can fix it. So here it is, right? I am providing specific instructions that ChatGPT cannot go to an outside source. Right there. That's how we keep the responses contained, accurate, and according to our protocol. That makes sense?
Yes.
If I'm over explaining, I want you to say got it, and I'll begin to move on.
Okay.
All right. I recognized that I was not going to be able to build a full database containing every frigging question in the world, right? So I created this thing called a feedback loop. And the feedback loop helps to give us feedback, but it lets us know what's missing and where and what they asked for so that we can update the system. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, got it.
So here are the instructions to ChatGPT on what we want to see. What it does is that it creates a template. All they have to do is copy paste it into an email. Make sense?
Yes.
And here is the template.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to, I could even, oh no, I'm going to skip that. ChatGPT is capable of creating an actual Outlook email. But the last time I tested it, it didn't work so well. It created the email, it put everything, the subject, the body, you know? The
Mm-hmm.
only thing that
Yep.
was missing was who to send it to. But when I filled it out and then hit send, it didn't recognize. Outlook didn't recognize it. So I would have liked to have used that because I would have made things easier for everybody. But we can test that feature later on. So here,
Okay.
right, here's how it was programmed. And this section basically came from ChatGPT. I was like, hey, I want to do this. I want to create a feedback loop. I want it to look a certain way. I wanted to include these fields. How do I do it? And then it gave me this thing. Again, we don't have to know the coding. We just have to explain to ChatGPT in very explicit terms, very clear, direct. So this way it creates what we need in order to move on.
Yeah.
Right. So one of the things that I asked ChatGPT is to help users create checklists for momentum so that they don't have to make it. Because I had envisioned, okay, we're going to put in processes in here. The processes have a lot of steps. So what we want is a streamlined checklist.
Yeah.
Right? The output that you get is very detailed, a lot of information. So that's the point of using a streamlined checklist. All right. And also wanted to help people understand how they could be remarkable and live up to the guiding principle. Right. So any response that's here, ChatGPT will always look to include some sort of tip. And it comes
Mm-hmm.
up with the tip automatically based on the content. So it's pretty cool.
Great.
So these are the instructions that ChatGPT lives by. The conversation starters are these buttons that you see here, the menu, what's new or changed, show me information. However, as you can see, we're limited to the number of menus that we can have, the number of buttons.
Mm-hmm.
If you start adding too many buttons, it gets crowded and it becomes difficult to manage. That's why I use a menu button. A menu button basically looks at the knowledge base, the contents inside its memory, and creates a menu dynamically. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here is the knowledge base. These are all the documents that guide ChatGPT's responses. If it's not
Okay.
here, what's that?
Those are the SOPs.
Pretty much,
Okay.
pretty much. This area is also limited. This area
Okay.
is also limited. So I started working or started building something called the knowledge base. Okay. And this is a Word file that I've saved into OneDrive. Let me see what I have. All right. So I got this folder and inside, where is it? Let me show you where it is. It's right here in the business OneDrive. Access that. It's right here. Easy
Got
access.
it. Yeah.
The documents, the SOPs, uh, especially the ones that were created today, are an internal staff, right? And I put it in templates for human resources.
Okay.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much what these are. So here's what I've built. I know it's not perfect, but I've been working on this a couple of hours, like
Yeah.
hour and 2 hours. So I just wanted to move on, get it programmed, and get it out to the staff. Remote work access form. This is going to go inside the staff members folder. Fill it out, and it goes into their folder. This is the best one, I think. I'm
Yes.
probably going to be the most heavily used.
Yeah. I like that one. It
Um,
includes all of the information we need to be
mhm,
aware of what is happening. Right?
mhm. So those are the forms, and they live there, right? Um, this is the information. I figured this was important to put into templates so that our HR, whoever is doing the HR function, will know what the correct procedure is for this form. So this mirrors what's inside ChatGPT. Right? I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's an FAQ for these forms inside there. The actual form is inside that folder. Just trying to unify and keep everything organized. Right? But this thing, this is a very special document. Right? So I'm going to the GPT knowledge. This document allows us to have an unlimited number of characters. That's huge.
Yeah.
Unlimited number of characters in this form so that ChatGPT can come in here, scan the entire document, pull out the relevant information, and then serve it to the person requesting it, the user. Moving forward, when I say user, I'm talking about agency staff members, using ChatGPT on basically the ChatGPT public profile.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to compile a document with 1 million characters, right? ChatGPT might get a little confused about what belongs with what. Make sense?
Yes.
ChatGPT needs to know where things begin and where things stop. So this function here has to be included every time we begin a new SOP. You see that?
Yes.
That's the entire SOP. This is what ChatGPT is going to read and filter back to the user. Guess what that does?
Drag down. It's a
What does that do?
command.
I'm
Draw
sorry, what
down.
does this one do? Draw down start?
It tells ChatGPT where the prompt starts and where it ends.
That's it. Super simple. Check out the next one. You see that? So
Yes.
ChatGPT knows, okay, this, whatever is between start and end, is contained.
Hmm.
And if we do build this thing to 1,000,000 characters, it doesn't matter so long as we have our drawdown titles. Make sense?
Yes.
So here's a new SOP. Here's the end. Here's the start. Another SOP. Here's the start. Here's the end. Okay? So
Okay.
if I would have put this in the instructions, which, if you have a simple ChatGPT, that works, right? You can put all this knowledge in here if that was all I wanted to do. However, if I would do that, I don't know if you can see this, but there are basically 400 words here and 2,495 characters. If we include the spaces, it's 2,845. This instructions area only gives us 8,000 characters with spaces. So as you can see, it would limit us completely to only 8,000 characters. I've already blown by maybe 30, 40% already, just with these three little SOPs. So we're going to continue building our knowledge base inside this knowledge base document. And we're going to limit. I'm going to have to start moving some of these things. I'm going to need to start moving them into the knowledge base with the drawdowns listed. This is all Microsoft Word documents that are in OneDrive. So I'm going to be able to consolidate this to a very tight number. Now we're gonna program something new in here. Let me double check. Do you have any questions before we continue?
No. All clear.
I actually forgot what I was supposed to program in here, but I wanted to show you. So let me just go to a little checklist that I have. We're gonna check out how it works really, really quickly. All right, so we know we're on the correct one. This is the regular ChatGPT that all the staff will see. This is using ChatGPT 4.1. I'm going to change this over to 5. So we have the latest version of ChatGPT.
Okay.
Now, I'm thinking that the staff is now going to begin using WWRD. It occurred to me, right, that we should have started with information that they needed or that they want that was directly applicable to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So check this out, right? How do I request time off? Here are all the instructions of everything they need to do. Here's the email of where this form needs to go. And, oh, this is not, what was that? Time off request?
Yeah, it's sending you to the short where we shorten the links instead of the form.
Okay, so this is why it's important to test. So I took that link. That was the time off request. Yeah. I had tested this before. I'm surprised that it's giving me this error. I think I might have broke it trying to save some programming time. Never allow the link to become a hyperlink.
Okay.
I don't think it recognizes it very well. It's better if it's just plain text. If it's plain text, um, it inserts it into the response that it gives to the user and creates the link out of it. I'm closing the Microsoft Word file so I don't get a conflict. I'm deleting the corrupt knowledge base. There it is. I don't, it seems like it auto updates, but I don't trust it. So I always hit the update button so I can get my link and move on. Oh, look, you see right now it's supposed to be using model 5, but it's not. Just double checking this area. You see this here?
Yes.
So at this point, I'm just like, hey, use whatever model, because these models just keep changing. Now, let's see if that fix worked. Now, you saw I used the full sentence.
Hmm.
We could be as brief as that. You see that, right?
Yes.
It created the link. I don't know what happened before, but and then people can download, use it, send it.
Okay. So they will no longer, well, I believe that the only one that was using ADP was Joey, so that is no longer going to be used, right? Only the form.
It will be used in addition to the form, um, because we need something for the file,
Okay.
right?
Now, uh, what happens is that only Joey can use ADP, because if we do it, well, if I do it, it doesn't allow me to place a time off request. I have to ask Helen to do it, and I believe that it doesn't show as time off in ADP. It's something else.
Yeah. So this form is going to address a lot of those issues, the
Okay.
technology issues, the different platforms. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
This is the most important part. Um, because if we need to document it in whatever payroll platform, this is the beginning of that process.
Okay.
And
Great.
then the sign off, everyone gets a copy. It goes into the employee file. And if anybody has any questions about why someone wasn't here during a particular day, it should be in the file,
We have that. Yeah.
right? And I don't have to depend on anybody to do that.
Hmm.
So that's time off. Um, Let me see what else. What was the other one? Checklist, internal operations, staff and HR, templates. Okay. Oh, so this has come up. Expense reimbursement. So I'm using this platform to basically double check the work that I've done. and to see if I've forgotten anything. Right? So it comes up. Here's the email. Here's everything.
Okay.
Look, the Be Remarkable tip. You see that?
Yes.
Submitting organized, complete reimbursement request shows respect for your team's time. Clean documentation equals faster approval equals. So I didn't program that. I did program it by telling it this is what I want. Provide this. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got expense reimbursement. We got the last one is remote work requests. All right, somebody wants to work at a different location other than their approved location. Okay, I think I confused the links. So let me fix that. You see what I did, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I put in the wrong link
Yeah,
on the
the time
wrong
off.
SOP. I'm going to go to the link shortener, expense reimbursement, time off form. I don't even have, it's not in here. So I'm going to show you, this is what I wanted to show you, remote work. How do I get all this stuff, right? How do I get this link? How do I get everything to pull up? So this is basically a more fancy dashboard, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm storing all the links that live inside OneDrive, and I'm storing them in ChatGPT moving forward.
Okay. There it is,
Uh,
remote work request.
so here, I do share, copy link,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go to my shortener, and this creates a nice, beautiful, short link that's branded to Silverline Insurance. Getting this. Oh, wow. That's interesting. There wasn't even a link. Do you know how I did that? I removed the link. You can do that with the backspace, or you can
Yeah,
do that with right
the
click.
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Some people don't have a right menu button, so it's gotta, gotta make
Yeah.
sure. Including dates located on. So here's the drawdown, automatically saving, everything automatically saves since it's in OneDrive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, now that it is updated, I remove the one that has the error and I update the one that was just updated. We see that this was updated just now, 12:28 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we make sure that we're working with the right database, right knowledge base. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Here are the capabilities that ChatGPT has. As you can see, I've taken the secondary or this is another way to restrict ChatGPT so that it does not use the web. It will not search the web.
Okay,
But I
great.
did want image generation, code interpreter, and data analysis, Canvas. Okay, so let's update this. We're gonna test it, and if it works, we're done, and I just need to publish it to the staff.
Okay.
Publish a notification. Questions?
No. All clear.
Do you think you'll be able to do this on your own?
Yes. Yep.
Someone's very certain. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this. I prefer to close the tab to make sure that I've got the right one. Which was that? Was that remote work?
Remote work. Yes.
That looks legitimate.
Yeah. Great.
And that was your crash course in training ChatGPT.
Great.
Here's the remarkable tip. You see that?
Yes. It's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you or after now that you've seen how it works, are you like getting any ideas of things that you would want to program into it?
Um, well, yes, I believe that all of the SOPs that I sent are not there yet, like all of them, so I can include them into the knowledge base. Right?
Yeah.
I will just have to modify like the start and the end, like the prompt that you put in the file, so it will be the same template.
What I'd like, I'm going to stop Fathom right now since we're just talking about regular office stuff.